Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act was enacted November 30th of 1993. It was originally introduced into the House of Representatives by Representative Charles E. Schumer in March of 1991, but was never brought to a vote until February of 1993 when it was reintroduced by Representative Schumer. The final version was passed on November 11th of 1993. President Bill Clinton signed it into law on November 30th of that year, and it went into effect on February 28, 1994. The act was named after James Brady, who was shot during an attempted assassination of President Reagan in March of 1981. The act requires that background checks must be conducted on individuals before they may purchase a firearm. No one may purchase a licensed weapon if they had been convicted of a crime punishable for a term exceeding 1 year, was a fugitive of justice, was an unlawful user or addicted to any controlled substances, had been admitted into the hospital for mental health issues, was an illegal alien, had been discharged from the armed forces under dishonorable conditions, renounced U.S. citizenship, subject to a court order that restrains the person from harassing, stalking, or threatening an intimate partner or child, had been convicted of domestic violence. Which branch abused constitutional power? The legislative branch abused constitutional power. The bill was introduced into the House of Representatives, was then passed to the Senate, who voted, and sent it to the President, who signed it. This is all part of the legislative branch. How did they do that? The legislature was able to pass this law in the best interest of the people. They were able to pass this unconstitutional law under the pretense that they could have more control over who was in possession of weapons and essentially eliminate circumstances as with Reagan and Brady. Where specifically in the Constitution was the power abused? In the Second Amendment, it states, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." The Brady Act directly infringes on our rights to bear arms. In the Supremacy Clause in Article 6, Clause 2, states that Congress may not direct state officials. Did the people get upset? A law enforcer in the state of Arizona by the name of Jay Prince challenged the constitutionality of the Brady Act. While Prince and other officials won at the district court, the Court of Appeals found the Brady Act constitutional. It was then appealed to the Supreme Court in a 5-4 ruling. The Supreme Court held that the Brady Act was indeed unconstitutional, because Congress cannot direct state officials, nor does it have the authority to restrict the possession of weapons.